it's a bit of a long story. The short version is, in my previous life when I did play football, I got injured, and my wife worked for Infusionsoft, now Keep, and basically got me a job there. And worked there for a couple years doing implementations and consulting for customers, to which I left and started a marketing agency around serving the insurance agency space. Did that for a couple of years, grew a team there, and then left that company and decided to start a software based off the needs that we found in the insurance space. And so we decided to create our software better agency off of those needs we identified.
I can't sleep, but I dream big.
Technically, we came up with the idea in about January of 2019, started development in June of 2019, and then launched what we call our MVP, our minimum viable product, in October of 2019. And then really started opening up and ramping up sales in January of 2020. So it took us about 4 months of total development time before we could release our version 1. We've achieved about 250% growth this year thus far. We're growing at about 10% month over month on average right now. And we intend to go and hit the 50,000 MRR mark by the end of the year. I mean, there's challenges in starting every software company that we've had to go through in terms of development, staffing. We self-funded our company. And so we've really followed a lean startup method, which I believe has helped us in terms of really interviewing and taking our customer feedback seriously, because we only have the funds to really, go and develop it right the first time. We can't go through multiple iterations and long development cycles. We have to be very quick and nimble on our feet. So that's probably our biggest challenge, is just being cash strapped. But I think that's also been a, kind of a driving force towards our success thus far. Obviously, COVID happened, which we were somewhat prepared for because we're a remote team anyways. Although all of our founding team resides in Arizona, we operate a remote team at this point before COVID, which helped us. And if anything, we saw some boost in sales because of COVID, which has helped us through that challenging time as well. The biggest thing is we are, from an insurance agency perspective, we see oftentimes that they have to manage 5, 6, 10 different platforms to kind of do what they need to do, their core functions across all of their sales teams, their service teams, and their retention teams. And so I think the thing that sets us apart is we handle all those 3 core phases: sales, service, and retention in one application, allowing for their entire agency to run and work and communicate out of one platform, which brings a level of operational efficiency. We try to do it automatically as much as possible, but reality is even my role as CEO is I spend a couple hours of my days allocated towards speaking with customers, both people that are just signing up, long-lasting customers, or even people that are potentially canceling. We take it very seriously, and so I don't think there's a better use of my time to just be able to sit there and hear from our customers that are paying us money and trying to use our system as to what can we improve, whether that's support, our onboarding, our training material, or our product. What are people reaching for? And how can we solve that problem? And we got the advice that, hey, it's not a scalable solution, but the reality is, I don't think there's a better way to collect that feedback. Really just take your time, get to know what a customer is really going through, and what are their difficulties or what are their problems. And because if you can solve those problems, you're going to have some level of success. Yeah, I know it's the dough, it's the show that got me all froze. I'm a former athlete, so like my life is like a walking sports cliche, right? So I believe in all the team building and everything like that. I mean, Zoom and Slack is a daily, part of our life, and it was before, just because I'm used to running a remote team. So I think, we follow a hybrid model of what they call the Rockefeller habits, which helps a lot. But I mean, our core values is more so about a vibe. Like, do you mesh well with the team? I would rather have somebody that works hard, knows nothing about what we're doing and is a great personality fit with our team than somebody that's an industry expert that's stuck in their ways and doesn't want to work the way we do. We're a very innovative group of people and we work differently. Like, I'm very much a morning person. The rest of our team, there's probably out of our whole team, there's probably only 2 or 3 of us that are really morning people up early in the day. The rest of our team is a little bit later. And so we work flexible schedules. We just, at the end of the day, we just have fun. Like, you can't take work so seriously. So we have a very laid back, environment. We have different personalities. I'm always sending memes about people with beards. I'm a big beard guy. I'm a big tattoo guy. Other people on our team, they're, clean shaven with no tattoos. We have every type of, culture fit. We have one of our co-founders is from the Philippines, and, we have a very diverse group, and we really enjoy that because it makes for fun and entertaining, conversation, so that when you are working long hours, it's with people you really enjoy working with.
I wanna change my whole life and running out of gas.
I would say, honestly, it's just been our customer feedback and our testimonials. Obviously, there's the feedback portion, but having our customers go out and say, "Hey, this is what it's done for us." That's been the coolest thing. Whether it's their retention rates going from 93 to 98%, what that means for their business, or them being able to have an operational efficiency that allows them to not have to go and hire somebody right away and save on that expense, or just increasing their sales coming in the door. Those are really cool stories, because at the end of the day, we service what we call the independent insurance agency. That is a very local service provider to their area where they live. And so we think it's really cool that we're really helping a true local small business operate at a high efficiency that maybe only the tech giants can really achieve. And so for us, I think that's what we hone in on.
I'm liking my chances, but I don't say
it was just others that have been in the group, part of cohorts in years past. I know people that have been in it a couple years now, different companies that part of it last year's or the year before. And they all recommended and said, "Hey, it's a game changer. You need to join it. It's a great community. And you're going to learn a lot." And so ultimately, it was their advice that prompted me to even apply and reach out in the first place. After our first meeting, I would say I got to know the other owners that are in my cohort. There's about 10 or 12 of us total. I got to have meetings with both of them, and one led us to hire our legal representation, which has been a massive difference. And just finding, legal representation that we feel like is a partner with us. I don't feel like that's common. So to have somebody that's a part of our team, or a group that's a part of our team, is something that I really value. And 2 was the idea of actually going through and actually raising money and realizing that, hey, we don't have to just bootstrap and continue to grow. There is opportunities for us to actually raise money. We do have a valuable company based off what the industry tells us, and we could raise that money to even tap in more to our market and grow a lot faster. And realizing that was an opportunity, because that's something we hadn't looked at previously. So I'd say, just from a couple of conversations, we've already seen a massive shift in our thought process and our team and how we're going about, kind of entering and trying to grow within our market. People that have been through it before, and you can see kind of the pitfalls and the trials that they've been through and the successes and, everything in between. Being able to get that feedback from people who have been there before it's valuable beyond measure. So I think even the short time and that I've been a part of it, it's made a difference in our business. I think the biggest thing was I met with some of these other business owners, and it made me feel like we weren't running a legit business. Some of the cool things that people are up to, you have award-winning businesses, people that have, grown and sold and exited other companies, started new ones, people that are up to things that are really changing the landscape of their industry. The amount of success and intelligence and, I'm just impressed by everybody I get to meet with. I wasn't necessarily expecting, I knew that would happen, but just not at this level.
Why can't I just dream?
Two things that I heard a lot when we were starting up was, one is there's not a lot of tech startups that make it out of Arizona, that Arizona's not a tech hub. It's not obviously Silicon Valley. It's not, the Utah hub. It's not New York. I think the other thing I heard a lot was if you try to raise money, Arizona's not the place to do it because there's not enough money here. And I think those two things are absolutely positively false. One is Arizona is a much larger tech hub than I think people realize, especially with businesses that are doing between 5 and 20 million annualized. There's way more of them than people realize. And two is there's been plenty of money available in the Arizona investment scene. I see plenty of money flowing from Arizona investors, and I would argue that Arizona is one of the tech hubs in the country that are available for entrepreneurs.
Good morning, good evening.
We are beginning to open up a seed round, and so we will be doing the seed round, raising somewhere in the range of about 400,000, allowing us to double down on our product development and making some key hires. We've already grown our team to, I think we're up somewhere around 10 to 12 between all of our full-time and part-time employees. And that will probably grow to 15 by year's end. And so the raising money will allow us to double down on product development as well as have some cash on hand as we kind of teeter being a bootstrap startup and actually raising money to double down and be able to hire the team that we need instead of continuing to push that off. So that's the biggest thing. And we have a new product release that we'll be rolling out the new year that we're already starting to work on that we're super excited about.
I can't sleep, but I dream big. A good evening.